Morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for letting me tune in. Thank you for letting me tune in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Coronado Orte Harris Dessert and Desires show. Thank you. Thank you for letting me tune in to that biscuit this morning. Let me tell you, a lot of times people can't find any dessert. Early in the morning they can't find it. So therefore, you have to turn that biscuit into a snack cake. Yeah. See, that biscuit, let me tell you, you know how they got that thing called a flap smack, and they got one called a hoe cake and stuff like that, and sweet cornbread and stuff like that. See, a biscuit is I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's a poor man's delicacy. And a lot of times you're a poor man, you know, I'm gonna tell you how poor you are. That your wife don't do nothing, your daughters don't do nothing. They don't do nothing but sit there and gain weight and pass gas. That's how poor you are, you know what I mean? It's a sign of poverty. That your wife and your daughters and all the women in your life, they don't do nothing but gain weight and pass gas and smoke blunts and stuff like that. So let me tell you, you have to find your way out of that ghetto that you in. Even though you live in a house, you're still in the ghetto, you know what I mean? You're in the ghetto, you know. Even though you got a nice house and a couple bathrooms, you see, it's the way your wife and daughter, your mistress, they sorry as hell, you know what I mean? And that is the leading cause of poverty. You got sorry women in your life, you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you, you know, out here where the kings and stuff live, like, for instance, in the jungle, the women go fight for the man, you know what I'm saying? It's just that many lionesses to every lion. There's way more lionesses out there. So if you got some sorry ass lionesses, you got to find you another team. You have to. Your destiny should be to go out there and find you another team of women or lionesses that'll fight for you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a sign like, I'm going to tell you what happened to a lot of times. In the jungle, when they find out that the pride ain't fight for the lion, they go ahead and kill him. I ain't going to tell you. They'll go ahead and kill him. Like, I mean, it's like, this is a thing in nature. It's like the lion can tell that the lioness is possessed by something. You know what I'm saying? And they fight for somebody else. So usually they get killed. It ain't no doubt about it. They'll just kill them. Because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? And what you're doing is the cubs and stuff like that, you know, the baby lions, they'll die if you keep doing that, you know what I mean? So what they do, they just go ahead and execute your ass, you know what I mean? That's just how it goes. So I'm going to tell you, all you poor lions out there, you got a sorry ass wife, sorry ass daughter, sorry ass back page, sorry ass broad, just go get you a biscuit and put some jelly in it, you know what I mean? And you can start off, you know, you shouldn't have to pay for it, but since you got some sorry ass women on your team, you got to go and let somebody else cook for you, you know what I mean? Sad, but it's true. It's a sign of trifling, that's what it is. And I really hate it for you. I know what you're going through, I really hate it for you. It ain't nothing sadder than that because you don't have nobody to speak up for you, you know what I mean? It ain't never been a time in history where you had a man to get up and tell you how sorry your wife and your kids, they just that damn sorry. And even though you have material things, it ain't worth nothing. Your material things ain't worth nothing because they depreciate at the sight of your wife and kids. When your wife and kids walk into your house and the furniture realize how sorry they is, it start depreciating by itself. You know? And a lot of times you can have a curator or appraiser to come in there and they gonna say this ain't worth a penny because they looking at the environment and the people that's around. You know? They gonna say this ain't even worth trash. You know what I mean? But see, if they went somewhere and they seen a woman that cared about the lion and the kids cared about the lion, then they'll say, oh, now this right here have value to it. You know what I mean? This have the gift that keeps on giving. You know what I mean? And the wife always cleaning up and they always making sure things is tight. Make sure you always got something nice to eat. Yeah. I say a lot of times you go to the restaurant, they gonna poison you. You know what I'm saying? You know, they might not kill you the first time, but they gonna steadily put a little poison in your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't like you neither. A lot of times, what they find out is that your sorry ass wife and kids, they friends with the lady at the restaurant, so they gonna throw a little formaldehyde in your shit every time you go. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna tell you what you can do. I'm gonna tell you, man, you gotta find you another woman while you got energy, man. I'm trying to tell you what I know. You find you another woman while you got energy. You know what I mean? While you got energy and strength, instead of going home arguing, you get out there and find you another woman. You know what I mean? That's what you should start doing today. You know what I mean? I'm like, if your woman trying to get you knocked off and she already giving your money to somebody else, she dead anyway. You know what I mean? I wrote that broad off years ago. You know? The first time she did it, I wrote off. You're a corpse. You're a corpse just driving around. You're a corpse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but it's true. But that shouldn't stop you from getting the dessert that you deserve. Because guess what? If you can find you a nice restaurant to get you a biscuit from, where they understand that your wife and your kids is trifling as hell, go there and get you a biscuit. You know what I mean? Put you some butter in between it and get you some jelly, and you slow roll it. You know, eat it slow. Sometimes you got to look at that lady in the eye. She'll direct you, you know, just like the Lord. She'll say, you ain't supposed to be with these sorry ass folks. You know what I'm saying? She'll say, you supposed to be with my cousin. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be with my auntie or my sister. You know what I'm saying? We can get them niggas in your family knocked off. You know what I'm saying? And we can enjoy this because they sorry. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's why you have to go to other restaurants. Don't go to the one you've been going to. Find you another restaurant where you got a family that's dying to live and treat you right. And say, we can get them trifling assholes knocked off. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? We can get their ass knocked off, man, by the end of next year. So we can live this life the way it's supposed to be lived. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And that's just the way it goes. I know it don't sound cute, but that's the way it goes, ladies. Yeah. You know, I don't know if y'all watch Days of Our Lives or Youngs and the Restless, but people get knocked off all the time on daytime drama because they have to. You know, it ain't. Is there anything else we could have done besides? Nah, that was the only solution. It's the only solution, ladies. That's right. Sometimes bras is just that trifling. You know what I mean? Well, the first mistake she made was giving your stuff to somebody else. That's when she killed herself. You know what I mean? I tell you, I seen when she did it. You know what I mean? When she gave your possessions to somebody else, especially your ID and your check and stuff. I'll never forget the day she died. I mean, that same day they started cutting that tombstone. I seen it. They showed it to me on the internet. They started engraving that tombstone. They said, this bitch is dead. You know what I mean? That's what they said, lady. This bitch and probably her daughters too, they dead. You know what I mean? Sad, but it's true. I tell you one thing about me. I done seen many people buy stuff that they can't really afford. And when they died, it was still there, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I done seen it every time. They done bought all that luxury items and boats and yachts and lake house. Ladies and gentlemen, when they died, the shit was still there, ladies and gentlemen. It was still there. You know what I mean? You gotta ask, a lot of time I ask their kids, would you rather have that big house or your mom and daddy? They say they mom and daddy every time, ladies. Every last one that I done asked, they said that they would rather have their mom and daddy back than that bullshit. Or their sister and brother, ladies. They said whatever kind of bond they had with their family member, it was nothing compared to that bullshit. Because a house can't talk to you, you know what I mean? A house and the car can't make out with you. It can't take you to the family reunion. Can't take you to the class reunion. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying you got a house and the car and you ain't got nobody to lay up in there with you. You know what I'm saying? Now that your husband did. You know what I'm saying? Your husband didn't die. You know what I'm saying? Your kids feel like you the reason why he died. Now one of your kids done turned to an OG gangster. You know what I'm saying? The other one is start doing drugs. So what good is it to have a nice big old house, your husband dead, and you got 2 kids? One of them is a gang leader, and the other one is hooked on drugs. You see what I mean? And a lot of time the reason why is because what you doing. You know what I mean? You know, you think things are always going to go the way you want them to go, and you doing wrong. No, it's not. No, it's not. As soon as it hit the fan, things gonna go the other way. I'm talking about it ain't never really been there's never really been a real occasion where somebody started doing stuff that they weren't supposed to do. All their blessings got taken from them, like every time. Every time, like their blessings started getting taken from them. You know what I mean? So all I can tell you is you might want to start going to the club and exposing yourself, you know what I'm saying, before you die, you know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people do. Before they die, they start doing opioids, heroin, going to the club, blowing money. That's the best thing you can do to soothe the pain, because it's very painful. I tell you, it ain't no pain like death. It ain't. And I'm gonna tell you to start going to the club, start partying, start doing heroin and rave drugs and psychedelics, because when you die, it's gonna be real painful. Especially when you're hard-headed to the point where you don't want to do right. You're like, I'm not gonna do right. I don't give a damn what you say. Well, you need to start doing some drugs then, because you sure finna die. You know what I'm saying? You need to do something to ease the pain. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be painful for the people that it's gonna be people that didn't think. They gonna think you didn't deserve it. It's gonna be painful for them. It's gonna be painful for you to cross over to the other side. And right now you're going to hell. You know what I'm saying? That's the bad thing about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, going to heaven is painful too, if there is one. But when you definitely going to hell, that shit, there is no scale that can measure how much pain you finna go through getting there. You know what I'm saying? Because hell don't want you, believe it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you already think that, you think God is conceited, and, you think he's too holy and sanctified to let you up there, and he is. God is too much for you. You ain't good enough to go up there with him. But let me tell you, hell is conceited too. Hell play by the same standard as God's play. They don't want you down there, you know what I'm saying? They don't. The devil gonna be like, you ain't qualified to be down here, you know what I mean? You need to be somewhere where it ain't this luxurious. But I tell you, even though hell is untouchable and it's unbearable and it's hot as hell, the devil's still gonna be like, you ain't good enough to be down here, you know what I mean? You need to be somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, where you can't goddamn get crucified. You know what I'm saying? You need to go somewhere where you ain't, like purgatory or something, where you ain't got no chance to talk or see nothing, you know what I'm saying? You just gonna be waiting, and you're gonna be feeling the same amount of torture, but you ain't gonna hear or see nothing, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have no company, none. It's like, it's misery. Everybody knows that misery needs company. Everybody knows that. And without company, she die faster and faster. If misery is posted up in that house by herself, she'll be dead tomorrow. When she woke up, she'll die. She'll die from the sheer fact that she can't hold nobody there to sit up there and so she can make them feel as low as she is. You know what I'm saying? That's how misery is. If she can't hold somebody there to make them endure and watch her, be a fool that she is, she'll die. Ain't no doubt about it. She died the next day, like that. You know what I'm saying? You already done ran out of friends. I'm talking about you ain't got no friends, no boyfriend, no fiance, no husband, no more kids, you know what I'm saying? So you already know if they said nobody coming back to visit you ever again, she'll be dead tomorrow morning, like. So therefore, if she gets sentenced to purgatory forever, goddamn, she'd die every second, you know what I'm saying? Because she wouldn't get to meet God or the devil, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't get to see no angels or no demons. She'd just be sitting in there waiting and feeling the same amount of torture. And the same amount of, guess what? It's a surprise on the other side. Like she going to heaven every second. That's what purgatory is like. It's like you up next, you know what I'm saying? How long you been waiting in line? Okay, we finna call your number next. And it's gonna be like that for eternity. That she up next and she'll never, that motherfucker never get to talk to the Lord, you know what I'm saying?